Welcome back everyone to our gameplay of Farm Manager 2018. So in our last video, our main task was setting up the slaughterhouse for the cows. So that's what we've got going on here, a couple of the small cow barns and one small slaughterhouse. Now I have not gone through all of the math to figure out exactly how many small or medium-sized pens we need per slaughterhouse or anything like that. I am simply putting some into play and we just go from there. Again, that's not really what we're about here. We should be making money quite nicely, and even if we don't have exactly the right number of pens, we'll just continue making money off of the milk and so on from these, so it's not really that big a deal to me. We've already got that going on. And speaking of the cow barns, thank you very much in the comment section for you guys pointing out that very unintentionally, when I was setting up the slaughterhouse and deciding which barns they were actually going to be pulling from, I accidentally chose one of our original barns that I had wanted to leave alone. So you can see right here, these two, it now shows 0. So it's not going to be dealing with those. So we're okay for now. Let's see, where are they sick? So we got to call the vet for our chickens. We've got a sick chicken. But I did manage, if you look here, we are 6 out of 6. We're good there, but this one, we're 1 out of 6. So we got this one lonely cow over here, so we actually need to fill this cow barn back up so we can get things back and going. So again, thank you very much for pointing that out. That was most definitely unintentional on my part, and the likelihood of me ever catching that is pretty small with everything we've got going on. So we're not yet in fast forward mode because I want to take a look at this. We're probably just going to have this one area right here as far as storage, because it takes up so much room. So that's probably going to be it for that. How many? We have 3 workers left here. That would be enough for another slaughterhouse, because you can see we have 3 employees there. So we're going to need additional room for employees. But let's get started with our road. Let's see. Can we go? No, that's our best option. So we're going to go ahead and run our road up through there. What about a house? Can we put a house right in here somewhere? Oh yeah, we can put a house right there. And then let's see. All right, so we've got plenty of options for our slaughterhouse and so on. And I'm thinking, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get our slaughterhouse put down, because we know we're doing that. And let's see, what else do we have available here? We've got frozen food. We've got a large slaughterhouse. That's 800,000. That would take away all our money. But I am definitely looking forward to getting into one of those in the future. But for now, we're going to stick with the small one. And in fact, let's see. Do we want to go? Let's go ahead and put one like this. And then let's do a road right in front of it there, just for fun. Okay, now we need to figure out which animals we want to use. Again, we have a bunch of options, but I think now I'm going to go to, I had thought about doing the pigsties and getting into the pigs, but I don't think I want to go that direction for profitability reasons. Now, this update, I have not gone back and double checked all of the information. We had a huge update that we'll talk a little bit about as the game progresses, as this video progresses. But I think I'm going to stick with the sheds, and let's start out with, I guess, sheep. Let's go that route. Let's go ahead. Yeah, that should work. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of these. There we go. And now let's fast forward and let some of this begin to happen. Alright, so now let's go ahead and hire the final 3 out of this one. And let's see. Okay, we've got a 3 out of 5 there. Let's see if we have anybody. Okay, there's a 2 out of 5. Go ahead and hire them. Let's see, where do we want... There we go. Top one on the list. There's another good one. Top one on the list. And I think that's it for now. Let's come back out and then go back in and see what we get this time around. Okay, that'll do. Oops, wrong one. I almost chose that one. I saw that, and I was actually thinking about if you pay attention to what actually happens with the slaughterhouse, they actually have a trailer that they come out and use, and that is what caught my attention there, and I almost clicked on that one. Good thing I didn't, because that wouldn't be very useful to us. Wow, was there really none in there this time? Okay, there's a 1 out of 5. That may be our only shot here. And never mind what it costs. There's that one's 624, 548. This is good right here. That will work. Okay, and while we're at it, let's go ahead and max these guys out for their training. And let's see, here's our final one. Alright, let's get things moving along. We need to get some of these buildings taken care of. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. So we're full on this housing. Now we need to hire some guys who are, some guys and girls that are good with the cows. There we go. I like this quite a bit. And we'll use this new housing. This is also good. There we go. That'll take care of that. Let's put this person in here. Max them out. Same thing over here. Put them in there and then max them out on both the strength as well as the animals. Okay, so for right now, let's see, we've got room for 15 in here. And I think we want to start out with 15. We'll come back to the food here momentarily. Let's start them out with 15. Okay. Gonna go ahead and choose these manually to make sure we don't get this guy in there. It shouldn't put him in there. It's generally pretty good about assigning the staff, but just to make sure. All right, and we're going to be using... I did get goats, right? I think I'm losing my mind. Yes, goats. All right, so we want goats, and we want... Okay, there we go. So we've got... Where are the ones we want? Oh, wow, the first two in there instead of the last two. All right, so anything over... I'm going to say 10 on these, and we'll see how that works. But I think that's going to be okay, and we'll see how the animal husbandry goes for this. You can see this guy, he's ready to show up and put them out. So now we should have 15 in each. Let's make sure that we do. There we go. Now we've got our guys going to come right out, and he's going to be shortly. He's going to be coming up here and actually taking all of our animals. About 10 of them is what he should be doing. Okay, trying to make sure that that actually happens. Nope, they've already done it. Wow, that was quick. Like real quick. And now we're already filling up with the goat meat. So let's take a quick look at our production. We took a look at the cows in our last video, but now here, for each goat, we're going to get 75 kilograms. And you can see the progress bar running across there. So we have 15. And where did you get these from? Did you get these from over here? Yeah, you did. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. We'll have to take another look at that. 15 and 15. All right, we're good there. So let's one more time. All right, so there's We can move this out of the way. The first one and the second one, I'm not sure where that came from. But oh well, it seems to be solved now. Very interesting. All right, have we moved any? No, we have not moved any into our actual cooled storage just yet. Okay, we're getting some food in here. Good. Okay, that's good. Oh my goodness, the greenhouses. I completely forgot about them. So let's take a moment and get those back up and going. At some point, I may just have to let these sit for a while we get some stuff done. All right, so let's go back here. Goat meat. Yeah, we got plenty of goat meat. Now, one of the things that they did with the update is in the production buildings and the animal facilities, you're no longer going to see a spoil timer in here. And the reason for that is, of course, if you play this game very much, you know that there's been some issues with getting food in and out of the animal pens or animal barns. That has been addressed, but one of the things that's happening is things would have an opportunity to spoil because the workers simply wouldn't get the products in and out in a timely manner, so it made it very hard because you can't sell anything when it's actually in here. You have to wait till the worker transfers it actually out into a warehouse or a barn or whatever the case may be. You have to wait till that happens. And if that doesn't happen, then things were just spoiling. So they got around that partially by removing the spoiling timer actually in these production facilities themselves. So that is really good and something I am very happy about. We're making progress here. This game still has a long way to go, a lot of bugs to work out, and some new portions of production that we really need to get ironed out. But all in all, they have come a long way and continue to work hard at this. All right, so we've got a warehouse. Okay, we still haven't sent any goat meat over. We're going to go back to, let's see, have they come and got any animals yet to refill? No, they have not. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. And in the meantime, all right, I don't think that the goat meat is going to show up in here just yet because we don't have any in our storage. And yes, that's correct. I need these guys. There we go. Right there. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the fast forwarding for a moment. And that way we can make sure that we get this on auto sale. Because if I don't do it right now, then it would not be beyond me to simply forget to do it, and before you know it, all of this is just spoiling. So there we go. Now we're on auto sale, and I'm just going to take a quick look down through and make sure that everything I intend to be on auto sale is actually on auto sale. You can see some of these things that we're keeping around, like the wheat and the silage and so on, we're keeping around for feed. Okay, so now we need to do some work up here on the top. It's no longer all that important for me, for instance, to know about the honey. We know when honey is produced, we know when it stops being produced, and we know about the money we're going to get from that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these three. I'm going to do the same thing for the milk because we don't need those. And then, of course, with our greenhouses, which I'm sure need my attention again. Yes, they do. I am going to remove those products because we have them all on auto sale, and it's happening weekly at this point. So I no longer need to keep track of any of that stuff. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all of that. You can see we're up over $1 million now. Money is just flying in. I mean, we spent some money to get this operation going, but money is flying at this point. All right, have they come over to get any? No, they have not. Very interesting. So what are we going to use up here at the top? Before I get going too much, we're going to use instead some of the things that we need to keep track of for inventory purposes, for food. So I'm going to keep track of silage. We're going to keep track of crops. And let's see, maybe oats. And that way we'll make sure that we have like the crops and the grass, of course, silage for the goats. And then if we come over to our cows, of course, they grass, crops, wheat, and so on. I want to make sure that we keep track, and if these start to get really low, then that should hopefully trigger me to move some things around. All right, we've got a little bit of silage and grass in here. In our small silo, I would like to move a few other things. What else do we need? Oh, we need some crops over here. Yes, we need crops. All right, so let's go to our other silo. Oh, crops is actually in here. Okay, so hold down the shift, click. We're actually going to move some over there. And let's take about 5,000 and move that. You can see it's instantly moved over. No waiting for a worker or a truck to come by and move that. It is instantaneous. All right, so we are in good shape. All right, so the icons at the top, all of these are related to our fields and the honey. We can't do anything really with these because I have no desire to actually go through the process of harvesting this. I want this to stay there as long as possible, and hopefully, yeah, this crop quality is about to kill us here, so we'll just deal with that. It's not that big a deal. We've got money flowing out our ears at this point. So now we should have a steady stream of goat meat. It certainly looks that way. All right, there are no more goats in here, so I would imagine. All right, did y'all come back over here after more goats? No, you didn't. Doesn't look like it. All right, where are you? All right, they haven't come after any more goats, so we'll keep an eye on that as time passes. But now, let's go ahead and put down another road. Let's see. Yeah, this is perfect. Right down through here. Actually, do we need a road right there? We actually might not. Let's just do this a different way. All right, so we did goats this last time. Let's do the small sheds again, but this time we're going to deal with the sheep. And let's see, these are basically the same size, aren't they? Pretty close anyway. Not quite the same size. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of room again in between these, right about there. That should be perfect. And we are on fast forward, so these guys. All right, let's speed this process up a little bit. All right, are you going to let me do this? Can I move this thing around? Thank you. Come on, game. There we go. Game is running really slow. It feels like we're running at 18 frames per second. Wow. Okay, yeah, it's running really slow right now, which is not good for us. That's not a graphics thing, or at least it shouldn't be, because we don't have all that much going on graphically. Let's actually slow things down here. Now that we've got what we need here, so we're going to need some more workers, and of course, we're going to need yet another slaughterhouse. Now, I could enable and do multiple animals out of these slaughterhouses, but frankly, it's more fun for me if I don't do that. So we're just going to go ahead and spend the money. We've definitely got it, 1.2 million. So let's go ahead and let's get the slaughterhouse. Spin this puppy around like that. Okay, so we're getting a little bit farther away from our storage and our food at this point, so hopefully it won't be that big of a deal. But at some point we will put down another storage and some more food storage as well as product storage at some point. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're running really slow. There's a big delay at this point between me clicking and something actually happening. All right, so I'm trying to let it catch up a little bit. All right, we need, let's see, 3, 4, 5 more workers. Do we have room? Yes, we do. We have room for 5 more workers. Excellent. All right, 5 out of 5 there. And not a bad price either. So we'll take that. That's 1. One down. And, whoop, there's another one. That's 2 down. And we need one more. That's actually a good one there. I like that. 3. Okay. And let's see what we've got on the animal side of things. We need 2 of those. 2 workers. Oh, another very good one. Okay, that'll work. So we need one more. Okay, let's go out and come back in. And hire this last person. There we go. That's plenty good with me. I'll take that. And now we need to go ahead and get these guys in their proper spots. And then we need to maximize. Oops, click on the wrong one. There we go. So now we have those workers taken care of. And we're going to buy... Oh, hold on. Oh, it got me. Okay, we'll have to wait. I forgot to click over to sheep real quick. All right, let's go ahead and put 15 in here. But yeah, on this one, I'm going to have to wait. I got 4. So we're going to wait, and I'm going to sell those out as soon as they arrive. And then we will swap over to the sheep. Looks like here they come right now. Let's go ahead and sell those back out so that I can move this over to sheep. Now we'll put all 15 in there. And then hopefully I will get this right. We'll see. Okay, 5 out of 5, nothing to do there. 3 out of 5. Max that out. And let's get our final employee in here. And max them out. Same thing on their strength or endurance. Get that done. Okay, let's see if I can do this properly this time. Alright, this time we want the sheep so we can get the mutton. And... okay, hold on. You're calling for breeding, that's good, but it means that I need to hold on just a minute. Try to make sure I do this right. Okay, so above, we're going to do the same thing here, above 10 on both of these, and then, yeah, nothing on any of these others. Okay, that's good. We'll see if that actually works. Okay, where are we ready for breeding? Excellent. So the goats, we're going to call for the inseminator. They're working on an auto inseminator so that we don't have to play the clicker game every time we have animals ready for insemination. But that's good. We're 10 out of 5. That means they've come back by. Same thing here. So the inseminator will usually give us 1, sometimes 2. I can't remember specifically about the goats or the sheep, but yeah, that's good. So we'll pay essentially the price. There we go. We got 2 that time. And then that should trigger a trip out of the factory to come back and pick up those 2 as soon as they have room. Okay, right now we don't need them. We got 14 goats in here. And do we have any? Yes, we have sheep. And do we have any sheep? Nope, we don't have any mutton in the storage as of yet. And I'm going to give it a minute for it to get in there so we can set up our auto sale. Okay, it should be happening fairly soon, I would think. Okay, we're down to 1 sheep. We're 6 out of 15. How did we get 6 out of 15? I haven't had time to kill any of them, so so that shouldn't be the issue. All right, let's scroll down a little bit, make sure. Interesting. I'm actually not sure why that would be the case. Why they took so many. I don't know. I'm sure I pushed something. Okay, but either way, we are in good shape. Show that. Oh, we got a goat that is sick. Let's call for the inseminator, and I'm assuming we'll get either 1 or 2 goats here as well. Okay, let's make sure we're looking good over here. 15 and 15. Oh, we have no goats. Why are they getting goats from over here? I specifically did not want them to do that. All right, let's come back in. Slaughterhouse for our goats. All right, so we're doing... Oh, let's move this out of the way so we can try to see two things at one time. All right, so there is our first one. That's what we want. Better than 10 there. And, okay, so it's taking there. So let's try this. Anything above the max. How about that? And let's hope... let's see, who is ready for breeding? Okay, that's the same message we had before. All right, so let's try... Let's see where we are in all of these. Oh, they've taken those as well. Okay, never mind. Slow down for just a minute. We're going to see if we can't take care of this. All right, 6 and 6. That should not be happening. Okay, so that should take care of the cow shed. Let's refill. Yep, it's taking all of my cows. So it would appear what it's doing is sort of defaulting in the wrong way. Let me get these greenhouses taken care of real quick, and then we'll talk about what I'm pretty sure it's doing, which is not a good idea, like at all. Besides the fact that it's getting on my nerves right now. All right, so it says take above. So these were at 0. When it says take above 0, obviously that's going to take everything in there. But the problem is it defaults to that. So we don't want that. That's no good. So hopefully putting this at the max number will keep that from happening. Again, we'll see. So that should take care of the cows. Let's look at the goats now. Okay, we've got these 3 that are on the max number. Okay. So far, so good. Why can't I scroll faster? And let's see. On the mutton. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's try this. I believe that's everybody sorted out. Let's just take a quick glance to make sure everybody actually has animals in the sheds. Okay, 15 of 15. And nope, 1 of 15. So it's come back over here and gotten all of these. So hopefully we have that taken care of now. Hopefully. But we shall see. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot going on there. Okay, do we now have... Yes, we have mutton in there, and actually quite a bit of it. Okay, animals are ready for breeding. Perfect. Now things are working the way they should with the breeding. We'll wait on that. Okay, and once again, we are in no shortage of work to do on these greenhouses. That's another thing I can't wait for, is a way to have these automatically get worked by the workers. Because it doesn't make sense to have workers just sitting there not doing anything and work that needs to be done. We need to have a way to have that happen automatically, particularly as we continue to grow our farm, so that we don't have to be scrolling all over the place. Okay, harvests are being done. Let's see if we can't catch up a little bit here. But yeah, there's no shortage of money to be made on the greenhouses. And in fact, if you had a whole bunch of greenhouses, you could spend simply all of your time doing nothing but that. Looks like, yep, our buckwheat died. So that means no buckwheat honey for the rest of the year, because I'm not going to mess with replanting that. All right, goats are ready once again for the inseminator. Let's go ahead and call. Okay, so far it looks like things are working. But let's come back over, because... All right, cows, 6 of 6, 6 of 6, 15, 15, 15. Yes, everything is full. Now let's look here. All right, 10 of 15. Oops, my bad, hit the wrong button. We don't need the help. And, well, 6 of 15. Okay, why are we down to 6? Are they escaping? Where are these things going? Is my question. Everything is 10. I don't know. I really have no idea. All right, let's look in here. They have none available. Well, the sheep. Have we had the inseminator be called for the sheep yet? I don't remember it. I mean, we've had them a few times now for the goats, but I don't remember here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go back up to 15. And then here we're at 10. Okay, so this one seems to be working properly. I don't know what's going on exactly here. But we're going to watch. Okay, here they come. We should be back up to 15 now. Actual animals. Yes. All right. And they immediately take them down to 10. To move them in here. Yes. Okay, then the meat production continues. Okay, maybe we're good to go now. But I'm just concerned. I can't shake this idea that they're getting stuff from somewhere. Okay. Whew. That was close. But I think we're in good shape. Okay. 1.2 million. All right. And here in just a moment, once we get our workers all set. Okay, let's go ahead and pause for a second, because one of the things that I want to get into later on, of course, we have no shortage of things to do. The greenhouses alone will drive you crazy. But as we continue on, so I've done a little bit of, we've done a few cows, few goats, few sheep, now on the slaughterhouse side of things. But there's more to this that we can get into, such as field work. Well, we might get into that. Of course, it's too late in the season now. We are into fall now, so it's too late to be too concerned with that. But we could always prepare for next season. But if we look at some of the other things that we can do frozen food, which could be very nice. We could do a milk processing plant and turn some of our milk into different cheeses. That's pretty nice. I wouldn't mind doing some of that. In fact, that would give us an opportunity to put something probably right in here or right up here maybe, and keep it fairly close to the cows and all the other animals from which we will be getting that milk. So that could be nice. The problem there would, of course, be that our storage for that is way over here. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. Then, of course, we get into our larger buildings. Then we get into our juice factory. We've got a mill. Once we get into field work, we might want to take some of the grain and turn it into flour. And then the seeds, actually, I think the seed production could be quite a nice business for us going forward. Now, for one thing, our biggest issue right now has nothing to do with money. We're generating lots of money, and we really haven't done all that much to get there. The slaughterhouses should generate a very steady source of income, but even with that, we haven't had to do very much to get there. This is a very small operation that we're currently running. And then we've got plenty of room down here in this corner, which we will be expanding to at some point in the future. But for now, what I want to do is, we don't have any training going on, no research that's going on. And one of the researches I want to get to is this annual agricultural school. It takes forever, a full calendar year. So before we do that, and the reason why I want to do that is because before we can get into some of these large and medium size animal pens, we're going to need to do at least that research. And you can see on some of these, it's got other research that's going to be required as well. But we got to get this one done first. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and see if there's anything else we want to get done that can be done a lot quicker. Not really worry about the seasonal workers right now. We don't care a whole lot about storage capacity. I tell you what, yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. So let's just go ahead and get this thing started. At some point, we're going to need to do it. So we might as well just go ahead and bite the bullet and get that started. And then, of course, we'll be done around this time next year, around the beginning of fall next year. So with that in mind, unfortunately, time flies when you're having a ball. And right now, our time has run out because, oops, I almost hit the buy button. I'm so tempted to hit that every time. But time has run out now for us. Oh, there we go. There's our first call for the inseminator for the sheep. Excellent. So that everything seems to be running right on in line for that. We haven't had the inseminator running for the cows yet. It's going to take them a while, so let's go ahead and fill them back up manually and let time run its course there. But we run out of time here. Thank you very much for joining me. We would come back next time. Who knows what kind of trouble we might get into. We might get into some cheese production. Who knows? We might extend our slaughterhouse production. All sorts of options for us. But the main thing is we're going to have a blast doing whatever it is we decide to do. So thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned next time as we continue our gameplay of Farm Manager 2018.